This episode of the Masterclass Podcast is brought to you by our brand new subscription service, Barque. Barque is the Netflix of Masterclass Podcast, specifically just the Masterclass Podcast. So subscribe to Barque and you'll get special features that'll soon to be announced. I haven't heard about what they'll be yet. I'm just getting word of this new Barque service. Apparently, it's an app that will host all of our specifically just Masterclass podcasts. And you guys will pay for it because you'll get the archive, you'll get the music masterclass, you'll get it all. You'll get my special live episodes that I've done. You'll get my live from Woodstock 2016, the 2016 Woodstock that hasn't happened yet, the super secret one that was not publicized, but everybody went to. You'll get all of these and so much more, folks, for a mere measly $5.99 a month. That's $599 a month. You will get all of this, and not only that, but you will be entered in monthly to win a special signed prize. Each month I will autograph one thing for one lucky subscriber. Bam, bang, boom, something from my studio, something from my bedroom. I don't know. You'll get something in the mail. One of you will. Not all of you, just one. So the more people who subscribe, the less of a chance you'll have winning, I guess. So, but, just everyone subscribe. $5.99 a month is very cheap for the amount of content you're going to get. All the content in the world from me, it's a bargain. Go to barque.masterclass.com/woof woof for your subscription. Sign up today and you'll get the first come, first serve badge on the forums. You're welcome. Now enjoy this episode. Hello and welcome to the Masterclass. Hey folks, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of the Music Masterclass. Who am I? I'm your friend, your host, your guru, your coach. I wish people would call me coach. I do. I don't know why people don't call me coach. People should call me coach. That should be my nickname by now. I'm your coach, your life hacker, your best friend in the world. It's me, Axel, the host of the Masterclass Podcast, which is what you're listening to right now. Can you believe that? Okay, let me start off with a little bit of a story. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I was approached by one of the largest podcast companies out there at the time. I don't want to name names, but they were huge then. Now they're not so much, but back then they were massive. They came up to me knowing my history, knowing my background, knowing my expertise and what I was the best at. And they asked me, sir. They called me sir. At the time I had just been knighted. They said, sir, we are looking for a host of a new podcast. This podcast centers around music only. We want people to know music. We want people to learn music. We want them to know the theory behind it. We want to not only know the theory, but the business. The theory of the business and the practice of the business. Please, can you teach the masses, sir? Which they kept calling. I said, please call me Axel. Just sir really makes me uncomfortable. But they didn't let up on that sir shit, and they said, sir, we need you. I answered the call after about a couple of months of negotiations of contracts, because I'm not easy to I'm not just going to say yes to the first thing that comes along. That's lesson number one. Dumb. Do not do that. So start writing this stuff down, folks, because today's episode centers on an investigation that I'd recently performed to dive back into music. Most of the fans, the students, all of you listeners, listening to the Masterclass podcast have been bugging the shit out of me, just being like, we want the music masterclass back. We need some music. You were so good with music. We know you know everything else, but you really knew music. They're saying this to me. You guys, all of you listening, you are all saying this to me. And here's me answering your call. I'm back, but for this episode only. No, there will probably be more, but for this episode right now, as of right now, we're gonna do some music stuff. We're back to music for now. So this is my investigation, my diving back into what music. This is the Masterclass Podcast. Hello and welcome to our very special investigation that is very near, very dear to my heart. This is the special, fantastic, I can't believe we're doing this. I cannot believe we get to do this. This is a music masterclass. Now, you might know me from my previous podcast. I'm sure I've explained this already, but I used to host a podcast called The Music Masterclass, oddly enough. So I'm kind of going back to my roots in this investigation, and thank goodness I've been given this opportunity. So, unlike the previous podcast, I'm actually going to play some music for you today. I'm going to perform on the drums. I'm going to perform on the keyboard. And I might whip out the guitar just to see how it goes. We'll just see how today goes. We'll just see. I don't care. We'll see how the day goes. It's just going to be one of those special episodes, everybody. We're here. It's the Masterclass Podcast, and we are doing an investigation into music. What makes it tick? What's awesome about it? How do you do it? We're going to cover everything today, folks, and thank goodness for me being here. I am a professional. Let me tell you one story at the top of this investigation. First of all, why should you listen to me? Story time. Okay, story time, bada bing, bada boom. The year is 1945. That's right, 1945, way back when. I don't want to say I was pioneering, but I was doing some experimenting with audio engineering and just a new way to get sounds into the old mixing board. And, it sounded, we needed a new sound. We needed a new sound in music. And it's 1940s. What did I find? I found the first big band out there. I was saying, music is too easy right now. We got small little jazz things. We got maybe one or two doo-wop singers. But you know what I need? I want some big band swing music. It's the Roaring 40s. That's what it's called. So let's get some music to match the times. So I called up Mr. Large Papa and his big band of misfits, also known as the Big Bandits, as they were called. So Large Papa and his Big Bandits. It was a group of 12 to 15 individuals. It ranged night per night because, well, musicians, they're, I don't want to say you can't depend on them, but, they're pretty flaky. And for the most part, they really only care about themselves. But they were doing a hip-hopping job, and I just wanted to record it. So I grabbed more than just the usual one or two microphones that were being used at the time. That's all they could afford usually back then in the 1940s. Microphones weren't being mass-produced as they are now. I'm holding a podcast microphone right now, built specifically for podcasts. And I just started placing these microphones everywhere. One right here, one right there, two right here, maybe five right over there by the big trombone. The whole trombone section. So I'm miking up the trombone section, and a trombonist comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, guy, if you want to hit this right, don't mic up the trombone so heavily. We're not featured until the third, maybe fourth movement. You're going to want to mic up the flutes." Blew my mind. Kablam, kablooey, kabling, kablow. There goes my brain all over the walls, splat. I mic'd those flutes there were just two, a flautist and a backup flautist named Ethereal, which is a weird name. I thought, Ethereal, is that even a name? That's strange. And he was like, yeah, my name is Ethereal. I come from Alaska. Please don't make fun of my name. It's native. So I respected that. I respect everybody's boundaries. I don't want to make fun of anybody's names. Ethereal and me are best friends now. He's a producer of this current podcast, so thank you, Ethereal, for being so cool. I mic'd him up, and as you all know, the ending of that story, Large Papa and the Big Misfits, the big band of Misfits, that album was my 15th to hit platinum, and lucky number 15, you know? Lucky number 15. Thank you to Large Papa and his band of Misfits. That really knocked me to number 1, and that's why I'm here today giving you the business of music and how to play. So to launch us into it, I'm sitting here in front of my drums set. It's a brand spanking new Tama. It's 10-piece. We got 4 toms on top, 4 toms on bottom, a snare, and a bass. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if you want to count the bells as cymbals as well, but if you do, then I'll count that as 1. So that's another 4. I got 4 sets of bells here, so that's 14. Roughly 18 sets of cymbals here, and 2 hi-hats just for fun. Triple bass pedal just because. And I have 2 stools here because usually sometimes I have to have somebody sitting next to me just because it's impossible to play all these drums at once for one person like myself. And I'm always trying to outdo myself. I'm always trying to outdone myself. And just to do that, you have to break a few barriers. So that's why I usually have 2 people. It's just me here right now. I'm just here to do some basic tracking, some fun stuff. So let's just do a basic drum track. Let's just okay, here we go. I'm going to count off beforehand, so if you want to play along, please do. Okay, these are my sticks hitting. All right, this is just your basic drum beat. There's the bass, and 3, 4. Okay, you want to hit the cymbal on the 1. Okay, I'll tell you when we're about to hit it again. Now, when you hit the cymbal on the 1, it just adds so much extra. 3, 4, 1. There it is. Thank you. Now, I'm obviously very good at the drums, and it's obviously very obvious that I know what I'm doing, and it's easy for me to talk and play at the same time and come up with a new story off the cuff. So I was playing the drums with Phil Collins once, and 3, 4, and he came up to me and he was like, I dig your style, I dig what you're doing, you have to teach me what you're doing. 4. And he came, and that's when we were in the studio doing sessions for In the Air Tonight. It eventually became In the Air Tonight 4. And yeah, let's just go hard here. I'm just gonna go hard here. Here we go. You gotta change it up every once in a while, otherwise it gets boring. And we're back to just the closed up hi-hat. Okay, that's what you gotta do. For some reason, I went to and fro. No reason. So back to my story with Phil Collins. That drum solo in the Air Tonight, that might have been my idea. I don't like to claim that it was my idea, but ask Phil. It was mine. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more lines here, and then we'll stop. Okay, ready? Oh, sorry, I fell off my drum set. Oh, I'm broken. Oh. Whew, okay. So that's just your basic drum beat. I hope I didn't startle anybody there. It was a good one. And back when Phil and I were touring Egypt, the pyramids of Egypt, we played inside of them. No one had ever played inside of a pyramid, except for me and Phil now. We were playing inside for all the sarcophagi and all the mummies, because no one was allowed inside. It was spooky. We were playing Studio and nailing it. The acoustics were so good. I was like, Phil, let's record in here for your next album. He recorded his next 4 albums in the empty tomb of a Egyptian pyramid, honestly, and it was all my idea. I don't want to claim that it was my idea, but it was. So before I get to the piano here, I'm going to change instruments. I got to set up all the microphones, set up all the audio equipment again. I might as well throw it to a break, listen to an ad, people, and please support the show. Support the show. Support the show. Hey folks, Axel here on behalf of Barque. That's right, the Barque app is now half off for 1 month subscription. No longer will you be paying the full $5.99, that's $599 a month. Now it'll be half that. You do the math. I'm not going to do it right now. It's half of $5.99 a month for 1 single month. With that, you'll get our brand new box subscription service. Because Barque is no longer, we're not just doing it. We're not the Netflix of Masterclass Podcast anymore. No, sir. We've expanded to subscription boxes. With your $5.99 a month, that's $599 a month, to Barque, woof woof, you will receive 1 box every month, curated and filled with the most special items, handpicked and curated by me, Axel, the host of the Masterclass Podcast. Let's see, what do we have this month in this month box? I'm looking through my stuff. What am I going to put in? I got a Pez dispenser here I'm going to toss in. Let's see. I'm just throwing shit from my room. I got a wireless mouse that doesn't work. Anybody want that? I'm just going to throw all this stuff in. It's going to be a big surprise. You'll all be excited. I'll throw in some shirts. Some of my shirts that no longer fit me, so you can get some of those. And you can wear them and just know that they were once worn by me. So subscribe to Barque, and you'll get your Barque box in the mail every month, and you'll get all the special content from me, Axel, and the Masterclass Podcast. That's a fucking bargain, you piece of shit. Sign up today. Welcome back, everybody. This is the music masterclass. I'm, of course, Axel. I'm playing the piano right now for your enjoyment, for my enjoyment, for everybody's enjoyment. What I'm doing, what I'm hoping to do is set a mood, set a tone. Maybe you guys can play along. Maybe you can come up with your own melody to hum, to ho. Do whatever you want, I don't care. Playing the piano gives me a little bit of a soothing nature. It tames the wild beast, as they would say. For me, it puts me to sleep. I haven't thought of what to call this yet. It's still coming to me off the top of my head. It's one of my special concoctions. What I want to teach you with this section is not how to play the piano, but specifically how to feel it. Obviously, it's not something you can just learn. You have to feel it. Did you feel that? I sure as fuck felt that. I'm playing a Casio right now, everybody. This is not a fancy keyboard. It's one I picked up at a garage sale about a month ago. Actually, it was at Keith Richards? Not Keith Moon, sorry. Keith Moon died. It's Keith Richards. He's still alive. It's Keith Richards' garage sale. You know, the Rolling Stones. Yeah, he was... he had to sell some stuff. I think one of his business ventures went downhill. Sorry. Sometimes I start singing along to what I'm playing. But yeah, one of Mick Jagger's business ventures went downhill, and at his garage sale, he was selling some of his knickknacks as patio wax, and I gave his dog a bone. He gave me a Casio keyboard, and here we are. Maybe you can hear my drums rattling in the background. That's because my studio is perfectly tuned and everything vibrates the way I want it to. So there are those who ask me, where did you learn to play? When did you learn to play? From whom taught you? Who taught you these lessons of music? And I didn't want to admit to who taught me, because I like to say I'm self-taught, but there were so many around who guided me, who helped me, who made me the musician I am today. And for that I am eternally grateful. And here's a little ode to them. Taught me to play. I play and I play every day until the night comes up, and I will fill my cup with joy and music today. Music so great and music so bland and music so awesome, and music is like grains of sand coming down the chimney. I made the song up and I'm singing along to a piano part that I'm making up at the same time. Nobody knows that better than me. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just singing along. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm playing the piano, and I don't know what I'm doing, everything is going wrong, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But this is an ode to all the people who helped me get to where I am today. This is the Music Masterclass. The Music Masterclass. Sing along with me today and play along with me if you can, but you can't because you don't know where I'm going with this song. Play along if you can. Thanks everybody. Thank you for listening to this piano part of my own concoction. Please stay tuned after the messages, because I'm going to pick up my guitar. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Axel here. Go to barque.com/woofwoof and enter our subscription code woofwoof.barque.com/woofdy-woofwoof1029832514400662042134042148555. Add those numbers in for a little discount, not much, just small. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody, to a musically inclined masterclass episode. Obviously, I've picked up my acoustic. It's a beauty. This hollow body knows no bounds. Just listen to the warm, rich tones I'm getting out of this beast. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, guitars are tricky. Guitars are fun, and if you can master the guitar like I have, obviously, listen. Just listen. You hear those licks? If you master the guitar, you can make it sing for you. You can make it do all the work for you, as I'm doing right now. Now, the thing I love about the guitar is I taught some of the greats. Not Jimi Hendrix. I know you're all expecting me to be like, I taught Jimi Hendrix how to play the guitar. I'm not gonna make claims that aren't true. I'm not gonna lie to you people. I did not teach Jimi Hendrix how to play the guitar. Stevie Ray Vaughan, on the other hand, did come up to me and ask for help. But how could he not? I mean, he got into this habit of playing the same blues riff over and over again, and I was like, Stevie, you gotta change it up, my friend. I'm glad I got this I'm in a relaxing mood right now for everybody. Obviously, I played the piano in a very relaxing manner, and now I'm just jamming on this guitar, this acoustic of mine, and it's also very relaxing, so hopefully you're all enjoying this relaxing look into music, because music comes with a lot of different things. Music comes with feeling, obviously. Music comes with texture. Like food, like delicious food. There are hitting notes you can't hear. There are things you can't see in the movies. There are things you can't taste, but you know are there. And there are things you can't hear that you know are there as well. And that's what music is, everybody. I think I might switch it up here in a second. I want to trade guitars out and maybe get a little bit more life into this. So I'm gonna put my guitar down here. Let's just set it down. All right, and I'm gonna just hold on 1 second, folks. I'm gonna pick up my other guitar. As I do this, I'll explain to you about my collection of instruments down here. It's pretty extensive now. I've been around the block a few times, maybe once or twice. Obviously more than that. Been around the block many times, and I've accumulated some special instruments. Now, back when I was playing with Paul Simon, and I was working on his album that he was working on with Lady Smith Black Mambazo, luckily I was able to sneak away with a few of their authentic drums. Djembes, I think they're called. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't play it. I keep it in a closet, and who really cares? But like I said, I have a whole bunch of those. I actually took a bunch from them. I didn't really tell them. They were okay with it. They didn't say anything. I think they're like a give unto others kind of culture anyway. So thank you, Lady Smith Black Mambazo, whoever you may be. If you are one person, I have no idea. I didn't stick around for the sessions. I wrote everything. I told Paul Simon what to do. And I left. I took off immediately after that. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to get a new song. Here, let me pick up my guitar. Okay, well, come on in, everyone. Yeah, the whole gang's here. Everyone's piling into the studio. All right, yeah. Okay, cool, yeah. Oh, we're going to do a little jam session here. We're going to do a little blues. I'll be on the electric. We got old Jimmy Smits on the drums. You know him from NYPD Blue. Who do we got on the bass? Who's coming in here on the bass? This is my friend Dirty Harry. You don't know him. He's just a cool guy I met at the club. What's up, Harold? How you doing, Harold? All right, Dirty Harold's here. we're gonna do some blues. You guys ready for this? 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I get the guitar going in. Here we go. I'm gonna cut loose now. This is what I taught Stevie to avoid. I taught Stevie Ray Vaughan to avoid these licks because you hear them all the time. That's good, Jimmy. That's a good beat. Yeah. We got... Oh, is somebody back there? We do have somebody back there on the keys. Somebody has picked up my Casio. That's Phil Collins himself playing the Casio keyboard. I cannot believe it. I thought he would have picked up the drums. Somebody's singing. God, everybody stop. No. There will be no singing. Music masterclass, okay? Vocals are unimportant. You know, I wanted to sing. I was going to start singing right there, but no. Who did that? Who did that? Who started singing? BB? BB King is here. He just started singing. He thought he was okay to just sing. No. This is my house, folks. This is my house. You know what? I hate to end it like this. I hate to start my final thoughts right now, but BB King has fucked it up. Once again. Everybody out, okay? We're going to have to cut to commercial, and as soon as we come back, final thoughts on music. That's it. Jimmy Smits, get your fucking ass off my drums. Get out of here. We'll be back. Uh-oh, bad news for Barque subscribers. Hi folks, Axel here, and I'm here to announce the closing of our Barque subscription service. It was a wild ride, folks, and I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed. We had thousands upon thousands of subscribers, so many so that it caught the eye of Netflix, and they got a little upset and decided they wanted to buy us out because our subscription service was better than theirs. What we offered, our content, I guess, had much more of a wider appeal than what they currently carry. So they bought us out. Now, all of our content should be up on Netflix eventually. I don't know. We haven't worked everything out yet because you guys used to pay $5.99 a month. That's $599 a month. And Netflix subscribers only pay $7.99 a month, and that's actually $7.99. Here's my problem. I don't think they can afford my stuff, my content. Netflix, we're going to have to work something out before you can actually, factually host my content on your servers or whatever you want to do with it. So look for the masterclass on Netflix coming soon. I'll tell you when. It'll be eventually, but we'll be there. So thank you for everyone who subscribed to Barque. But since you signed up for a whole year, that's just gonna run through. Anyways, the app is gonna go down. But you signed up, you paid. You might as well not get the money back. You don't need it. So thank you, everybody who subscribed, and we'll see you on Netflix. Well, folks, it's that time of day again. Time for me to wrap things up here on the Masterclass podcast. See, I'm already back to calling it the Music Masterclass. It was a fun trip down memory lane to. Oh, sorry, I had to hit that lick. It was a fun trip down memory lane, remembering all the good times, the bad times, everything we've learned. Just feeling it all again. And what I want you to take home with you for this masterclass episode is just music is the best. Music can heal you. It can feel you. It can make you feel. It can make you heal. It can do so many things, folks. I don't want to keep getting more and more insanely profound with all of you, but I had to get back on the piano for this final section just to play you out. What did we learn today? I taught you the drums, the basic backbeat on the drums. You should know that by heart right now. Go play it. Then after that, we followed up with a little acoustic guitar. You should all be Jimi Hendrix right now. I didn't teach him, but I did teach Stevie Ray Vaughan what not to do. Did he listen? No. He continued to play that same old riff over and over again, but you gotta love Stevie. You gotta love him. Jazz. Then we hit up the we rocked out on some blues. I taught you how to jam. You gotta know how to play with a band. You gotta know when to sing, when not to sing. Especially when you got Jimmy Smits on the drums. Ooh. Yeah. Now I'd love to sing you out, folks, but previously during the last section when I sang, I might have hit a few copyright infringements because it sounded so much like Jean Valjean in Les Mis. And I just didn't want that to happen. I don't want people to mistake me for a Broadway singer. I'm just me. I'm just Axel. I'm your host, your teacher, your professor, your guru on this thing we call life. This is the Masterclass Podcast, everybody. Thank you for listening. Let's throw it back to the studio. Well, this wraps up yet another investigation here on the Masterclass Podcast. Today we covered music. Not an easy topic to cover, but I think we nailed it once again. You guys learned so much. I hope you're taking notes throughout each and every one of these episodes because I'm possibly going to give you a test towards the end of the term, end of the semester, definitely. But you guys should be keeping notes anyways, just to be on the safe side. Maybe I'll pop quiz you. Maybe I won't. But just that threat looming over the top of your heads should keep you on your toes. You know, just stay up on your notes. That's all I'm saying. I'm Axel. This is the Masterclass Podcast. Please log in to things and then subscribe to us. Whatever things you have to log into and subscribe to, that will be there. Just find it. SoundCloud, we're mainly there, but I'm sure we'll be elsewhere eventually. I don't want to rule everything out because who knows? This is going to pick up traction if it hasn't already. I've recorded these episodes years in advance, so by the time people hear this episode, I'm assuming I'm a huge star. Anyway, thanks for listening to another episode of the Masterclass Podcast, ladies and germs. We nailed it. You're welcome. Goodbye.